Morning, welcome back to DIY Willy. It's a beautiful day out here today and we got a lot of work to do. So today we're going to clean and polish or restore running lights on the 2011 Chevy Silverado. I was putting LED lights in the other day and saw that those lenses were really foggy. So I have a process, a DIY process, that we use a little sandpaper, different grits. I'll go through that in the video. And we sand them smooth. And then I have a polisher, some polishing compound. We'll buff them out, polish them, make them nice and shiny, and clean them, and then clear coat them. I'll go through all the products in the video, and step by step. Got to remember, this is movie magic here. I mean, the video I think comes out to be 20-something minutes long, but in reality, it takes longer than that. So you want to spend some time in there and really sand those things smooth. I mean, you don't want to dig through. You want to take away all the plastic, but you do want to cut some of it off. So yeah, enjoy the video. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and share. Share is always great. Leave a comment. I love comments. I've been getting a lot of good comments lately. Leave a comment, and hope this helps somebody. So yeah, let's get to it. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and clean the road lights or running light lenses on the bottom. I've got a process. I use 800, 1000, 1500 to 2000 grit sandpaper, and then a Maguiars headlight restoration kit that has a polish and a clear coat in it. It's a really easy process. I'll kind of go through it right now, and we'll go ahead and put the lights back on the truck. All right, let me show you what I got. So this is what I like to do. You can see they're pretty foggy. You know, they got a lot of the cloudiness in them. And here's the sandpaper I use. Now, if you got a really heavy oxidation on the lens, you can start with the 800 and go a couple times with the 800. Now this is wet sanding, okay? And then go again with the 1000 to take out the scratches from the 800, and the 15 smooths out the 1000, and the 2000 smooths out the 1500. It gives it a nice finish. Then you can run a polisher. I have a buffing pad I use on my drill to polish them up, and then clean them once again, and then go ahead and use the Maguiars headlight restoration kit. This comes with the polisher as well, but it's a handheld polisher and the polishing compound with the clear coat, and it works really well. I've had no issues with it. So yeah, let's get started. So I'm going to start with 1000 because these aren't that bad. I'm not going to cut them up too bad with the 800. But get your sandpaper wet. It's okay if you have it sitting in here soaking a little bit. I'm just going to use a little piece because they're little lights. Now, we're going to sand them first with the 1000. And as we sand it, when we switch up to the 1500, we're going to change the water. We don't want any of the dirt or grit that comes in here to get it from the 1000 to get in the 1500. That's just going to help with the smoothing process. So it's really easy. We'll just take it. Now if you're doing this on the car, you'd want to mask off around the headlight on the car with some paper, masking tape to kind of isolate it. Then you want to go ahead and rub it. Now if you're sanding, you can go palm, you can go fingers, but never go like this. Never run your fingers that way. Always kind of go at an angle. That way you don't get the lines in there. And you can see already that it's taking that oxidation off. This one, like I said, is not that bad. The other one is worse. But we'll get them here nice and polished up. Rotate the light a little bit, go at a different angle. Always try to keep it wet. And make sure you're getting up towards the edges because that's where the oxidation is going to be the heaviest. You can kind of see now that when you get it, it looks hazy all the way throughout. That you can you'll see where you may need to do some more sanding if it's still kind of shiny in that area. But the idea is to get it all one look evenly all the way across. It's really hazy now because of the sandpaper grit. Don't press too hard, just lightly glide the sandpaper over it. Remember, always try to go at an angle to keep from getting the finger marks in the paint. Now this goes to when you're sanding paint or when you're sanding something. It all goes the same. I think that looks really good. I'm gonna go ahead and switch out. Well, let me get the other one, and then we'll go ahead and switch out for the 1500. That looks really nice. But when you first start sanding them, you'll see, or you'll feel rather, on your hands that it's kind of gritty. You know, it's not a smooth surface. And as you sand it, it's going to become smooth again. I guess I should have explained how to take these lights out. It's a really easy process, and I'll explain when I put them back in. That all you need is a 10mm socket. I use a deep socket, and you just push over the clips, and it pushes all the little pins in on the clip, and the light pops right out. That's the best way I found to do it. Okay, now we'll switch out the water, and we'll get onto our 1500. That looks really good. Okay, here we go. We swapped out our water for clean water. I've got the 1500 grit sandpaper, and I'm gonna go back over the same way as I did with the 1000. This is just gonna bring the scratches from the 1000 down and smooth them out a little bit. Really helps to polish it up. Again, you're not putting any pressure on it, you're just lightly sanding it. Keep it wet. Now it may look like it's really hazy, but that's just the scratches in it. And if you see with the 1500, it's getting a little more clear because the scratches are more fine, so it starts to show the actual lens more. And again, as you see, as you get it, it'll start to take those 1500 grit or the 1000 grit sandpaper. It starts taking the scratches out from the 1000 grit and makes it look more polished look. So depending on how bad the oxidation is as to what grit of sandpaper you're going to use first. Like I said, on the real heavy ones, I've started even with 600 grit and worked my way back up to the 2000. You don't want to sand too long, but you just want to get that heavy oxidation off, and then each level of sandpaper will take out the scratches from the first or the prior one, and we'll get it all nice and shiny. You can hardly even tell that we've done this. And that Maguiars clear coat that goes on here, like I said, I've had it on my vehicles now for about a year, and it still looks fantastic. And they're not oxidated at all. So if I did have to redo it, I could probably polish it up with 2000 grit, just to, or even a 2500 or something, just to smooth out the surface again and get something so that the paint will stick to the clear coat, and then go from there without having to go through the whole process, because they look really good. Oh wow, that turned out nice. That turned out really nice. Okay, again, we'll switch out. You know what? I'll do this one a little bit more. Polish up them polycarbonate lenses. Okay, now this was 1500. We'll go to the 2000. All right, so this is the final step. We've got the water here, and I should mention that you can put a little bit of like a Dawn detergent in there, just a little bit if you wanted to, just to help lubricate the surface. But honestly, the water does just fine. But if you feel so inclined to put a little bit of the soap in there, you can. I've done it both ways, and it seems to work fine either way. So here we go. I've got the 2000 grit, fresh water once again, and we're going to go over and take even more scratches out. Again, we're not pressing hard. We're just kind of letting the sandpaper do the work. You're going to really see it lighten up. Keep it wet. Look at that. Look how clear that's getting already. Can you see that? I think that'll do her. That looks good. It really looks good. Oh, here you can see the difference between the steps. 2000 grit here on top, the 1500 on the bottom. See the little bit of haze in there? That's from the sanding scratches. And the 2000, if I would have went even like a 2500 grit, it'll take the scratches out that much more. But this honestly is fine. From here, I'll just run the buffer on it and polish it, and get it ready for the clear coat. Now let's get going on this one. Again, we've got the 2000 grit sandpaper. It's really good. All right, now next step, we'll get the polisher out and we'll polish them. So here we go. I've got my drill, my handy dandy drill. I believe this is a Harbor Freight drill, and I can kind of hear that I don't think it uses bearings. I think it's using bushings, and I can start to hear that the bushings are rubbing a little bit. So you're getting worn out for the types of uses that I do with it. So we open up the kit. Again, you can pick this up on Amazon. It's only like 18 bucks or something like that. And comes with the clear coat and a little bit of their cleaning solution polish. It also comes with a pad that you could use. Two of them. See, they're kind of like Scotch-Brite type pads. It also comes with the pads that you could use. And we might try it just to show it on video. But I like to do it with this. We would take a little bit of solution. Put it on the pad. And then gently work it into the light. It's going to be harder when this is not on the... Whew. It is harder when it's not mounted to something. And I wish I had a variable speed drill. Keep it kind of wet. Oh yeah, that looks like new. Beautiful job. Just kind of dry it off. I'll have to fire up the compressor in a minute. Yeah, that looks good. A lot better than what we started with. I'll have to get the compressor running here in a little bit and dry these things out really nice, thoroughly. Okay. Wow, look at that. Looking good. You don't want it to get dry. You know what, on this one, we should use the towel. So you take a little bit of the cleaning solution. Now this is a little bit of a compound. It has some grit to it. And you just kind of rub it in all over, just like that, to bring out the luster and the shine of the lens. Also, I'll clean with a little bit of glass cleaner before we spray the clear coat. Oh, look at that. So see how shiny that is? How perfect? It is just amazing. Alright, so now I'll get this mess out of the way. Gotta get them dried out for the clear coat. I just have to set that up a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to take a little bit of glass cleaner. Got some in a can here. I just want to make sure that they're clean. So I'm going to wipe them off. This is for the clear coat. They got to be clean and dry. I don't want any of that compounds on here anywhere. I'm going to get them all nice and polished up. Yeah, look at that. Looks good. Let's hit the other one. I just got that one again. That's alright. I'll dry it off right now. And this is just to make sure that all the compound is off and that the lens is clean for the clear coat. Now I gotta say, this clear coat is very particular in the way or the temperature that it is sprayed, because I sprayed my headlight. I did this process. I started kind of late in the day, and the headlight got a little cloudy because there was some moisture, some dew in the air, and yeah, it got a little cloudy because of the moisture and dew condensation in the air. I'm just gonna put these on a little bag because I don't really want the how can I make them stand up? Like that, maybe like that. Alright, so the clear coat here, headlight coating, UV protected. Make sure we get it good and shaken up. Now we're just gonna spray these like you would spray any other thing. I'm gonna start at the top and kind of work my way down. Test spray. It's the light coat first. And then, so it says shake well. 1 medium wet coat, clear headlight, coating to the entire headlight surface, overlapping previous by 50%. Let first coat dry 3 to 5 minutes. Then follow up with a second medium wet coat, completely sealing the headlight lens. The coating will be dry to touch in 3 to 5 minutes and fully cure within 24 hours. So this is some good stuff, man. I really like this product. Again, it's Maguiars. It's their headlight restoration kit, and a lot of one kit goes a long ways. I've done about 3 headlights with this, including these little lights here, and those headlights are kind of big on the trucks. I did a Toyota Corolla, and they all turned out perfectly. You know, you could buy new headlights, and that would be perfect. But honestly, this stuff here, when used properly, does just as good a job, and saves you a lot of money. Like I said, this was probably, I think, $18. I've got maybe $12 in sandpaper, but you can use that sandpaper many times. And yeah, it just takes a little bit of your time. It's a good DIY project. You can do it quickly in a couple hours, and really makes a difference to the look of the vehicle. We'll go ahead and hit these again with a good medium to wet coat. Again, I'm shaking it vigorously. Make sure I get everything mixed up. That was 3 to 5 minutes wait time. So probably talked for 3 minutes. We'll go ahead and clear them again. Again, starting at the top from sweeping motion. There we go. And this one. There. Once that dries, they're gonna look really good. Looks like it got a little bit of dust in it. That's okay. The fan was running. It's hot in here. It just got a little bit of dust from the paper. That's okay. I don't mind. These are the running lights. If you're doing these out on the vehicle, you you're going to have it masked off so you don't get any of this clear coat on the vehicle paint, any of the trim or chrome or anything like that. You don't want it to get there. You just want it to get to the lenses you're working on. And yeah, we'll just let these dry. I'll clean up a little bit and we'll put them back on the truck. Alright, they're looking good. They look like brand new lenses. Really like that process. It's a really easy step to do. I did 1000 grit first on these, then 1500 and 2000, then a quick little polish, and cleaned it up with some glass cleaner and the clear coat. Looks good. I'll give it a few more minutes to dry, and then we'll go out and put them on the vehicle. As I was saying when we were sanding these, to get them out of the vehicle, it's got these little clips on the back side, and I'll show you that right now. So here you go. You've got that clip like that, right? If you take a 10mm, fits over nicely and pushes those clips in on each side. You get a close look at that. Pushes those in and allows you to slide it out. Now there's 3 of them. You push them in, slide it out, go to the next one, push it in, slide it out till you get it completely out. And I mean, it works perfectly like that. Again, that's a 10mm, right like that. We'll push those clips in and allow you to remove the light. It's the easiest way I found to do it. Just let them dry a little bit more. Okay, you see inside the hole. You see inside. You got the 3 mounting holes for the 3 clips. And you just take it, we'll match up the holes. And push. There. And push. They just snap in like that. Once those clip engages in the back, they're not coming out. Now we'll put the bulbs back in. Oh, that was a fun project. That was completing restoration of the running lights on the 2011 Chevy Silverado. I gotta say, they turned out amazing. They're clear. They're just as clear as new. And the clear coat, with the experience I've had with it, it lasts a while. I mean, the headlights have been polished for about a year, and the clear coat still looks fine on them. So another fine DIY Willy project that was completed successfully, and believe me, there's many more to come. So as I said at the beginning, I noticed that those running lights were really hazy, really fogged up from the weather when I was doing the install of the LED headlights. And well, I still have the video for the LED headlights, but I'm gonna put this restoration video out first, and I've been really needing to do this for a while, and I think it'll help people. So yeah, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Leave a comment. I'm loving comments. I'm getting lots of good comments. Give it a thumbs up. Gotta give it a like, and it really helps me out. And thank you. And always come back to DIY Willy, and see you in the next. Bye.